Hey guys, I'm Adessa here, giving a little guide for the ZF AOE graveyard farm for the levels of 42 to 54. Before we get into the video, I just want to apologize for the quality of sound and of the video. I am currently emulating the full TBC Classic experience, so yeah, apologies. So let's get into the video with what buffs you will be needing and what you would need to be bringing to successfully complete the run without any hiccups. You want to Arcane Intellect, you want to have Ice Armor, and you want to have Dampen Magic. I recommend leveling up Dampen Magic to the highest rank you can as you progress. It would just help the actual route just to get to the graveyard farm. Until you're level 48, you will only have 2 of the mana gems, which is okay. You get this level 48, so bring the 2 mana gems, and you're also going to want me bringing greater mana potions or superior mana potions. It's not needed necessarily, but it is very helpful, and I think it is worth grabbing some off the auction house, or if you're alchemy, just craft some. And then superior healing potions, just on that rare occasion that you get knocked off your mount, you need to heal up, or your pull wasn't, or your pull is scuffed, you need to heal, or if you're leaving the dungeon, you actually need to heal to get out. The most important ones are the gems and the potions. So to actually begin the route, from level 42 to 45, 46, you will be pulling all the mobs that you run past. I'm level 50, so I can just run past them without a problem. But for the sake of continuity, I will just be emulating that I'm level 42 right now, so I'll be pulling all the packs individually. Before you start, put on a barrier, max mana shield, hop on your mount, and follow this route. You'll pull over here. You'll aggro these guys. These guys are also get aggroed. You want to hug the left side. For these guys, you want to jump and turn so they hit your head and not your actual back. If you don't have any shields up and you get hit in the back, you will get dazed and you will get knocked off of your mount. For this jump, you want to hit the slant of the ledge on the left side. It is important that you actually have your mount for this jump, or otherwise I believe it's not actually possible without a mount. I've tried. I've failed every single time and I've died. Just from this first thing, I've died a lot of times. Also, until you are higher level, I recommend just getting into the habit of jump turning as they hit you, so you don't get dazed. Even if you have shields up, they can still daze you, because if your shield gets knocked off as you get hit, you get dazed, get knocked off, your run is ruined unless you're close to a safe spot. So for this second safe spot, you're just going to run past these mobs, come here and blink to this corner, and then there are resets from right here. Sometimes they spawn lava sprout totems, which you can just wand and they'll die and just sit back down. You don't have to sit, but I do recommend that you make a sit macro and put on your hotbar just so you can just sit down, just to reduce the chances of any griefing from the mobs. After you leave combat, put up back up your shields, mount up, and then continue the route. You're going to want to make a beeline towards between these 2 mobs. They will get pulled regardless of your level. Hop over this, hop over these, and hug the left side of the wall. You're going to jump turn when you swing to reduce the chances of you actually getting hit. Now Theka is kind of a hoe. If he's around this area, you want to jump up on the pot and actually get in between here so his Fever Plague won't actually hit you. It's important that you regard where he's actually positioned, because if he's right here walking around, you will still get hit and you gotta sit this pot. If he's on this side, you just sit here, jump up, head in here until he leaves combat. Then you can continue your route. Shields up, hop on your Black Hawk Strider because blood out his bis, and continue your way. Make sure you mark the two scouters, or whatever they're called, wanderers, just so you know that when you do start pulling the graves, you can see where they actually are. I've been cucked many times by this one, by pulling this side without a mark, and he just pops around the corner, he dazes me, and then the mobs just come and snip me, and I just die. And also, this jump right here is kind of a bitch. You gotta spam jump just to get up. You can get stuck, and if you're not far enough away from the mobs, they will kill you before you actually make the safe spot jump. So now that he's one red, shield back up, continue your route, and then you're gonna hit the encounter. One of these will despawn, and you're gonna A, D straight over each grave so you can pull all the zombies out.
That spell isn't ready yet.
And you're gonna head back here. If your shield ever does fall off, anything like that is fine. You can Nova them, you can reapply shields, you can health pot just to get to the next safe spot, which is behind this pot or the corner. You can also sit down. So for this one, you're going to shoot back up and just poly. And then continue opening the graves. If sometimes zombies don't spawn from one of the graves you click, don't worry, they will spawn from another grave. Nova them to grab the last one.
I can't cast that yet.
And hop back into a safe spot. Keep an eye out on this X, because you can pull them when you're actually pulling the mobs, and that will ruin your pull, and you have to reset it. So just be mindful, that's why you mark them, so you know where they're at, so you don't accidentally hit them with your rank 1 Blizzard or your Flame Strike and have them aggro. Now we're just waiting till they leave. They have left. Be mindful of the X, and just continue. See, 2 spawn from there because I missed one, and 2 spawn from there because I missed one. And I didn't miss one, they just didn't grab spawn. Hop back up here, and after the 3rd graveyard, you can immediately jump on the tusk, if I could do it. Jump on the forehead, on the top, and then make the jump up here. Now this jump, you can make it without a mount just fine. The only thing you really need to do to make it consistent is when you jump, you let go of all input keys, which is A, W, A, or D, or S. So you jump, let go of W, and you sit halfway up. Then you can continue jumping with W just to get up top. Now we're in the actual pull section of this video. Reapply Dampen Magic, Ice Barrier, Mage Armor, mana up to full, and then you can rank 1. A rank 1 Blizzard, you can rank 1 Flame Strike, but I like it just because it's instant damage. I've gotta wait. Juan, the Witchcaster, he will hit you a few times, but that is why we have Ice Barrier up. Continue the pathing. Rank 1 Frost. Rank 1 Blizzard. Now you actually begin jumping back and forth between these ledges to have them grouped up. as nicely as you possibly can. There's going to be some divide between them, but that's why you time it, where they try to get as close together as possible. See, he's been the aggro. You got back there, you rank 1 Blizzard, and you get them all grouped up. You're going to do this a few times. Nice little skelly boy. Now, if you're a lower level, from 42 to 44, there's a pretty decent chance that one of them might actually just resist the slow and just run at you. That's why you always want to rank 1 Blizzard until you're around level 44 plus. Just so you're not wasting mana and have to reset. So rank 1 Blizzard, they're grouped up, and once they're all slowed, when you see that they're all slowed and no one's breaking through, then you can max rank Blizzard them. And this is where the pull starts. Now they're all grouped up. I'm gonna start my burn phase, which is I pop Icy Veins, I do a max rank Flame Strike and a max rank Blizzard, or rank 1 Blizzard, max rank Blizzard. Depends on what level you are. Flame Strike, max rank, or rank 1. Rank 1 until you're 44, just so there's 0 chance of them just resisting. You can also speed up the process. You can rank 1 here just to get them down and more grouped up and more steady, because your goal is to decrease your mana pool to 0, so you have to get a nice full evocation. Hop back over, Flame Strike around this Blizzard. I'm actually going to do one more Blizzard because they're all slowed and no one's breaking through. Hop back over. I'm going to do a rank 1 Blizzard right here. These should be dying here very shortly. Since they're so low, I'm actually going to wait until they reach that threshold. So I'm just going to wait a couple seconds. Do it now, so they die in the looting spot. If they die on this little edge right here, you won't be able to actually loot them. So you gotta be mindful of where they're actually about to die. I recommend killing them on this spot, which I'll show you towards the end of the pulls. But they died in the lootable spot, which is just fine. Alright, we're gonna burn the last of my mana in a second. And then we're gonna hop over and evocate, pop one of our first mana gems.
Not enough mana.
It was a little late on the second Blizzard, but I was debating jumping back. You want to have them nice and close to you, so when you do jump, you get a nice full evocation without any threats of them just coming and canceling it for you. Pop your mana gem. Hop over. I'm going to rank 1 Blizzard just to get them more grouped up one more time since they're starting to split apart. Now that they're all slowed and all together, no one's breaking through, I'm going to go ahead and do a max rank. And we start our burn phase, part 2, when White Icy Veins comes back up. It's going to do a rank 1 Blizzard. I like them all nice and grouped up before I actually start my burn so I get the most effective use of my cooldowns and mana. Icy Veins. We're gonna Flame Strike now.
I'm still recharging.
Blizzard now. Blizzard again. Let them waddle, waddle, waddle. Skedaddle, sudoodle. You thought and run back. Now you can rank 1 or max rank depending on your level right here, just to speed up the process. I say until you're about level 44, I would only focus on blizzarding and flame striking this area just to conserve your mana the most effectively. We're gonna pop a mana pot. Burning down one more time. And just repeat the process. It's a time-gated thing, don't be worried. If you are lower level, you can spam Blizzard definitely. Because the way your Mage Armor works with your rank 1 Blizzard, by the time your channel cast is done for a rank 1 Blizzard, the mana you gain will be greater than what you lost just due to Mage Armor. So you don't need, if you ever worry about mana, just do rank 1 Blizzards, blizzarding this spot repeatedly until they all finally die. I'm gonna pop the second mana gem. I'm gonna rank 1 Blizzard, and now they're all about to die. So, for me personally, I like killing them in this section right here. So what I'm gonna do is hop over, I'm gonna flame strike, so there's a burn on the ground, and then max rank. I missed the flame strike initial strike, which is fine, but I want to kill them right here. And they will die, and I just leveled up. So, the XP gained per level, like by runs, is like from 42, it's like 44. It's usually about like 2.5 of these pulls. From 44 to 46, 47, it's about 3.25. From 47 to 50, pardon me, is usually about like 3 and 3/4 of a pull.
It's locked.
And then from level 50 onwards, it's about 4 pulls per run. And I'm not sure the calculations on how many pulls you need prior from 51 to 54, but I am assuming it's like 4 runs total per level, and like adding like a quarter each level.
It's locked.
Leave everything up. Reapply your buff. And then you hop over here, and you can just sit down for a drink while you go through what you made. So what you actually do get from these zombies varies. Sometimes I can get stacks of 20 to 34 Mage Weave. Same goes with Silk Cloth. It all varies about how many you get. You get BOEs some runs, and other runs you don't get anything. There's also very nice recipes that can drop that are worth about 250 gold on my server's auction house. The main gold that you actually will make from this is just by the sheer silver you get from these guys, from selling your mage cloths, and the occasional nice BOE green that can go for 80 gold plus, or the recipes that can sell for lots. Usually takes me about 3 to 4 runs to fill up my bags and have this entire bag of just nothing but mage weave and silk cloth. This is my cloth bag. It usually gets filled up by the end of my entire runs. And then I usually have another bag full of greens that I get as well. Usually 3 to 4 runs until I gotta go back to Gadgetson or to vendor and auction house. I made about 330 gold from level 42 to now, just by selling everything on the auction house and vendoring, and I've been buying my upgrade spells as well, and it's pretty nice income as well, and I believe it's pretty worth it just doing this farm from 42 to 54, just by the amount of gold and XP you gain. I went from 42 to 50 in about like 8 hours or so, a couple days ago, when I was first just learning You get pretty good XP. It is a little nerfed, but it's still more fluid and more lucrative just by doing this and just like questing. So, to get out, if you're a lower level, it's a lot more tricky than if you were 45 plus, because the chance of you getting dismounted or taking a lot of damage is greatly increased. But to get out, you want to reapply your shields and skedaddle back. Oh my god! And skedaddle back to the start. You're only going to stop at one safe spot, which I'll show you, and then I'll show you what generally happens before you're like 45-ish, and what to do just to get out efficiently. Also, if I forgot to mention, that when you're passing these mobs, you want to jump turn as they swing at you. And not prior, not later. If you turn them and face them head on as they swing, they won't hit your back, and you won't get dazed, you won't get knocked. It's very important to get in the habit of doing that every single time. Run between these two, head back here, and just gonna blink and sit. I'm just gonna wait until you drop combat to reapply your shields. Make sure you food to max health, because from here into the entrance you're not gonna stop. Or I have not stopped. I've just grinded my way through. Once you're max health and you have shields back up, hug the walls. Hug the right side here. Hug straight. Take it right, left. Maximize the distance you have between doctors, and about right here is usually when I get dismounted. So that's fine. You just nova them. Cone, blink, nova, cold snap, hold. You're low health, you pop healing pot, reapply your shields, and just walk out, blink out. The exiting is usually more harder than the entering, so make sure you at least have like a mana pot available in your max health, and you have your shields up. Now once you get past 45, 46, you can start running out with your mount, because your shields will be high enough leveled that you'll be just fine. Just keep remembering, excuse me, sorry about that. Just remember to keep jump turning towards them as they swing at you, just so you don't get knocked off. You know, this run took a little more time just because I was explaining it, but once you get the hang of it, and once you get the safe spots down, once you get into a fluid motion of actual farming, you can get these runs down to like 13. It's like 15 minutes. I usually leveled like once an hour from 42 to 50 just by grinding these. You get nice gold, get great experience, get a low break from just the mindless AoE grinding that you do out in the open world when you actually get to a dungeon and you have this intrinsic method of actually like completing these farms. It's challenging, it's refreshing, it's fun. I recommend this. It's great. I'm gonna still do this until I'm 54, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do from 54 to 70, but I'll figure that out as I get there. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you have fun grinding and making that money. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, and take care. See ya.